Doctor Who, Season 12, Episode 8, The Haunting of Villa Diodati.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, well, we got the whole lone Cyberman thing resolved
And
as
this
to what
one
that...
didn't happen horrible.
What was
At
that?
least I didn't see it. This one didn't actually have a. This episode is brought to you by moments.
Yeah.
As far as I.
Yeah, there was a little bit if you putting on the the goggles to look at it from okay, where are they slipping intersectional stuff in? It's like, oh yeah, we got to make the guy a freaking coward. It's like, okay, it's like that's their one little man bash for the day. But that could be it's just that character. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think it was more just bashing the character, not bashing men in general.
yeah, but just like I was just saying, just putting on
rest-
the goggles and looking for it. That might have been
Yeah.
their little jab at men for the episode, but
No,
all the women are fine.
because the rest of the men.
Yeah, it's just
The rest of the episode was just he was a douchebag, and that was just his character.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but just looking for anything could be that. So that's a fleshy Cyberman. That's not how Cybermen are, is it? Generally.
Actually.
Well, I mean, that brand of Cybermen, the sort of the more modern. Well, we had I guess technically Bill was in but she was still made into an old style Cyberman.
Also, that was a perception filter. I'm talking about if you've seen Torchwood, there was an episode called Cyberwoman where the chick was partially converted into a Cyberman, but it was a skanky Cyberman. Well, skanky Cyberwoman, technically. And it looked it still looked different than this one. This one looked more of a beat up Cyberman.
Yeah.
But this one, it looks more like it just it wasn't done properly, whereas that one, it just stopped halfway through.
Yeah, it's like, and usually, because that's usually the thing with Cybermen is one of their big traits is just they're not immoral as much as amoral. They don't really have a morality as much. They just have they have a purpose and they will serve that purpose. It doesn't really matter whether what they do is moral or immoral. It's a matter of whether they're completing their task. So they have no morality as much as they just have, this is the goal, we will do the goal. If best way to get goal done is this way, then fine. But if the best way to get goal done is this way, they will just do that. And this one still had emotions, and this one still had memories and whatnot. So yeah, it was sort of either a botched job or it was a different way of doing Cybermen than usual. Because I think all Cybermen are basically, they're stripped, but like different amounts of flesh.
If you remember Heaven Sent, where they had Danny Pink as revived as a Cyberman, he had that flesh still in there, and I think the current version of the Cybermen is that kind of Borg style, but with a shell, so that you don't see the Borgification going on.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on which version it is. Yeah, I forgot about him. But yeah, it's it's still pretty rare either way for them to retain emotions. In that way, that sort of, viciousness. Like, it's usually so cold. But he was like, no, I will get you. He's like, I killed them myself. It's like, oh, okay. Like, if you had said that
Well,
more
like he
robotically.
said, he's incomplete.
Yeah, he's incomplete. Yeah, that's saying. Yeah, he's not
So.
quite the normal. Like, all Cybermen are stripped of sort of emotions to a certain extent. But, yeah, he didn't quite get all the way there yet.
Yeah.
Or his style of Cyberman doesn't, which makes him like either incomplete, botched, or that's a different style of Cyberman that doesn't quite line up with the rest of the Cybermen.
Maybe that's why he went to get the cybercanium, so that he can come back and like, see, I did my mission. Can I come and join the fold now? Make me one of you, please.
Yeah, and one thing that I complained about that I will give them credit for is they did actually give the doctor a decision, an impossible decision this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like one
Yeah,
thing.
I was thinking of you when I saw that. I'm like, well, he did ask for it.
Yeah,
A no scenario.
yeah, it's a no-win scenario, and it's like, yeah, okay, I said it and you did it. Whether you agree with her decision or not, you know. And it also seems to me like if you know if she like, it surprised me that none of them, like none of the others, like other TARDIS, the crew offered to host it. Like, she would have said no, but like them offering would have been interesting. Um, I would have kind of expected that from someone, like, I don't know, one of them would. Um, I don't know about Graham, but well, the other two might. Uh, it is. It's a. I guess we kind of just explain everything that happened. It's like, except for they didn't manage to explain those two ghostly figures Graham ran into. Like, everything else is explained by Percy. He was the Mercury was, getting him to protect itself. So everything else was that, which led to it kind of bogging a little bit. But like, okay, so we at least explained all that without having to go to ghosts necessarily for all of it.
And it could have just been the housekeepers that the others didn't come across.
Yeah, but they were still kind of weird for housekeepers, and
Yeah.
they sort of like popped out of nowhere. But then again, Graham was complaining about the butler kind of appearing out of nowhere as well. It's like
Exactly.
he was surprised as well,
And
like, oh, you give me a heart attack here.
and everybody saw the butler. Also,
Hello?
Yeah. I'm here.
Well, we lost Doc, or
Yeah.
we can't hear her Doc.
oh, fuck you.
Oh, there you are.
She may have quit to rejoin. Um, well, I don't know what she was going to go on about, but uh, if you parked the TARDIS a little closer, they could have just run into the TARDIS. Just
Hello.
hello.
Oh,
What were you gonna say?
Um, I said finally, a character that had to use the toilet.
A rarity in science fiction, but it seems kind of interesting. Like,
More like a Pinkie Pie.
it also seems interesting that one of the, and it explains some of it, is why they didn't just go for it. Part of why they didn't go for it, the just sort of run for the TARDIS sort of thing, is they apparently parked it way far away. So, like,
Yeah.
why they she didn't take it and run. It's like, even if the Cyberman can teleport, if you can just play, keep away with it and have,
But at that same point, he could have just wiped out the planet like he was threatening to anyway.
eh,
He had a hostage, an entire planet as a hostage.
eh. Hmm. It's where the closed loop, open loop time travel becomes an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's closed loop, no, you won't. Because you can't do it. Because this has already happened, and you didn't blow up the thing. And in that case, he blowing up the Earth would be a waste of time, because then he'd just try and follow the Doctor in some way, because that would be better use of his energy than trying to blow up the planet. It's like, that would just be a waste of time, because all the energy and time and effort to blow up a planet would be wasted if he just goes forward and just chases the Doctor to try and get that stuff back. But then again, the other thing is, what do you do with it if you do capture it? Like, I guess you could, there's lots of rooms in the TARDIS, you could put it in a bottle somewhere. As weird as that sounds, it's just like,
I'm a cybercanium in a bottle. They can't let me out.
Yeah, just like, the TARDIS is, well, this season not so much, but for the most part is supposed to be basically almost an impenetrable fortress. So, just like putting it in a glass bottle on a shelf, very low tech, and just in there and seal it up nice and tight. It's like, put that in the library somewhere and do not open. And then, just write on there like poisonous or something, just so that no future companion wanders by and goes, "Huh, I wonder why this says don't open. Oh, it says poisonous. Okay, put it."
Shiny.
Yeah, this one says it has skull and crossbones and says poisonous. I think I'll put that back on the shelf. It's like, that satisfies my curiosity, or something like that. Or, you know, caution, this will stink up the entire TARDIS. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, I don't want to deal with that. Poisonous,
Intergalactic skunk spray.
yeah, something like that. Something that makes it so, it's like, your curiosity is sated. It's like, why not open it? Oh, okay, that's why not. Your curiosity is sated, you put it back on the shelf. It's like, I don't really, I know what it is now. I don't have to open it. Because then you'd have to chase it through the TARDIS trying to get it back in the bottle. But,
Caution! This is Navi. Do not open.
hey, listen!
Hey, listen! Hey, listen! Oh, that's Navi. Don't touch it. Navi. You know, the little blue fairy from Zelda. Oh, put it back. Anybody who opens it will be stuck with it forever. And I mean forever. Going to take a shower. Hey, listen! You're out of soap!
But
Hey,
yeah,
you missed the spot!
or pull a family of blood and trap it in the event horizon of a black hole. Just like it's like nobody's getting that. That's a vicious episode at the end of that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the family of blood. That's a good two-parter. Especially that ending, just the fury of the Time Lord. Could watch that a lot. like
I couldn't tell.
that's why you don't mess with the Doctor. Why this?
And your favorite doctor is now at Build-A-Bear.
Mm.
It goes back and forth between 10 and 11. So, but yes, I'm aware that.
I'm disappointed there was no 11 either.
Yeah.
There's apparently no 11, no 12. I was disappointed at that. I was more disappointed there was 2 because I already made the second Doctor companions. And I love a second Doctor plushie to carry around in my Jamie costume because that would just be adorable.
But yeah, we got 10 and 13.
13. Yeah.
I saw that. And the Sonics don't look really great, but I guess they're cloth.
Oh my gosh, that her Sonic looks so dirty.
Yeah, it doesn't look
like,
right.
It's so veiny looking. What the hell?
Well, I mean, the Doctor has needs.
I mean, I guess he doesn't have to work on wood anymore.
But
she has a special setting for those lonely nights.
Anyway, getting back to the story. Yeah, other than it just... It's kind of weird to have a Cyberman that's got, like, an evil moral compass. It's kind of weird. Like, it's just... They don't have a moral compass. That's usually their thing, and so it's kind of weird. We already addressed that, yeah, we understand it's incomplete or botched or damaged or something like that, but yeah, it's kind of weird.
She claimed it was incomplete, or at least that's the way she was making it sound, but personally it looks more damaged to me.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't... The way
that faceplate is, it looks like it was broken off, not fully assembled.
Yeah. Yeah, incomplete. Yeah, you say incomplete, but it looks broken. So,
yeah,
And
we do learn from Heaven Sent that the emotion chip can be turned on or off. So perhaps that was damaged as well.
Heaven Sent. Or was that the 10th Doctor episode that we got that?
Nope.
We also we got it on that because
I blacked out the 10th Doctor. He annoys me. I'm kidding. Don't cry. I'm kidding. But it's been a while since I've seen most of the 10th Doctor, and it's been forever since I've seen Doomsday because honestly I am so sick of the memes that I just can't watch it without dying of boredom. So,
but yeah, it's just like any old fool could come could look under this and look under that, and he just like here it is.
I'm thinking more. I mean, we also were reaffirmed that in Heaven Sent with the whole, if you turn this off, he's gonna become an evil Cyberman. But if you don't turn it off, he won't be able to access the information, and giving Clara that choice.
But
So we do know it can be turned on or off. So perhaps that regulator was busted when the rest of the Cybermen was busted.
and he was converted
And
from
that's-
somebody who was already a monster.
Yeah.
And because he took to it so well, they just like, okay, you took to it so well. Here, you go be the lone Cyberman going back in time to pick up this.
I mean, in the unit audios, they don't always fully convert right away. So maybe if it was damaged and it was still functioning, they didn't find a need to upgrade it.
But anyway.
Or they found his evil useful. Like, you are ruthless. You make a good soldier. We'll keep you like this.
Or he upgraded willingly. Like,
Yeah.
that's a thing. Like, they these Cybermen come... Because Cybermen come from everywhere. Different dimensions,
Oh, yeah.
different times, different places. And this one happens to come from a human culture where upgrading is a thing that's done. Like, people dream of upgrading, and it's not a common thing, but it happens. Like, he's literally a soldier. Like, he chose that life. He chose to become a Cyberman. Like, people are born normally, and then they become Cybermen later on to become soldiers. They're the super soldiers of that civilization. But
Also possible.
yeah.
But I mean, it does lead in nicely to the two-part finale. So I think next week we're gonna skip it. We'll skip Doctor Who.
It's okay, so it's put on 2 separate weeks.
Yeah, it's a two-parter.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
so
Yeah. So nothing next week.
Yeah.
And then the next week, all of it.
Wait for cliffhangers.
Whoa.
So I'm not gonna watch it next week. I'm not gonna watch it Sunday. I can still upload it for you guys if you wanted to watch it. Like, I could still send you a link to wherever I find it.
It's not a big deal.
I'll
have it. I have it DVR'd, so it'll record it anyway.
I know Madrock needs a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I watch it on your version anyway, because it's like I have to change the channel on my TV to get to the thing. So just being lazy, it's like I can either click this button, watch it here, and jump as I like, and not have to go switching inputs, or I can watch it with the switching the inputs. So it's like, sometimes it's just a matter of laziness. It's like, I don't want to get up and change the inputs. So
I watch it on my mobile.
Yeah. I usually watch it just...
I watch it on when I get to work, because of buses. I get there super early, so I'm just like, Sundays they know not to bother me, because it's like, oh, she's going to be watching Doctor Who now. Let's not talk to her.
So that means next week will be quite empty.
Let's see.
Like Madrox said.
Not next week, but the week after. It'd be like 50-50 if I can join stream for moving reasons.
Yeah. Well,
wait, next week? I think next week is C2E2. Well, I mean, no, that's Friday anyways, not Thursday.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, do we have anything left to talk about with this episode?
Let me think. Are ghosts real or not?
Maybe they yell.
I don't know.
They got bored with Dickinson and decided to pester Shelley.
All right.
That was a good episode. For new Doctor, I guess.
The standard's a bit lower for anything being okay with 13. It's like, oh, you didn't lecture us for an episode.
Oh,
Oh,
don't
you
worry.
actually
I'm pretty
completed
sure
an
they're
episode
saving
and
it for the two-parter.
yeah. Oh, you actually completed an episode and didn't completely rush and destroy the ending.
Yeah, they actually had good pacing on this one.
It's a little slow in the middle, but the ending isn't completely thrashed. Like usually they just
Yeah, but a
they
lot of Doctor Who episodes, even in the classic and modern, like even like ninth, 10th Doctor had episodes that had slow middles.
anyway. Yeah, it just seems like well, one of the things about this is I sort of thought about it. It's like what it seems to me is like they also the 13th Doctor to a certain extent has slow beginnings. Like so it seems like to me like with not all of them but a few of them have really slow beginnings. So, I mean, but then they have really rushed endings. So it's like they were writing for, oh yeah, I'm writing for like an hour and a half, and then realized in the last 10 minutes, oh, I've got 10 minutes to finish 30 minutes worth of story. Jam it in, jam it in, jam it in, and that's some of them. That's some of these episodes. Not all, but some of them. So we need to get this in. Jam it, jam it, jam it, jam it. It depends. Some episodes, not all.
That's
But
what Matrox said the other day.
Hmm.
And then it got stuck.
yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for Doctor Who.